And
Yeah.
it amazes me when people, yeah, yes, I've blended, and you know, I'm in trance, and then they start talking. It's like, whoa, 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 whoa.
Yeah.
Not even 5 minutes. Hey, I've been doing this for over 5 years. Right. Teach me your trick. It's once again, it goes back to that blend,
Yep.
taking your time. And, going as deep as I guess you feel comfortable with your guides, right? And that's with trust. It's
Yeah.
all
So
with
you,
trust.
so it's not all blending. It's also learning to sit in the stillness and unchatter your brain and then blend.
Hmm.
But sometimes, but getting
Hmm.
that blending down and getting that connection. So, and you work over time and going, that's when you work over going deeper. But yeah, a lot of people seem to do that. So anyway, I like to keep it simple. I don't play music,
Right.
I don't do any of that stuff. I did go into the music stuff and it wasn't for me. It wasn't who I am. I like to you sit in the stillness, let people come in and you blend and you know, I do take them down in exercises sometimes, but that's what you could
I
do.
like both. I like music and I like silence as well. But I found out really quick, that sitting in the silence, right? Because you can't always be in a position where you're around electronics. I don't, um, and sitting in the silence, right, has a more authentic piece to it.
Yeah. Well, you're not, this is only my
Hmm.
opinion and my experience. You're not tweaking or what is the word for it, Kim? Alerting your
Um,
mind in any way.
right, right. You're not stimulating it.
Stimulating.
Extra,
Yeah.
yeah, extra stimulation. Right. You're just
But
dealing with
some people can go
you.
down and stimulate, so I don't and that. But yeah, I mean, I don't want to put anybody down that does it. I just know that I
No,
don't want to.
no, absolutely not. There was one lady who she would listen to head banging music, like really hard, headbanger music. That's no way to put it. To go down in trance. I was like, hey, whatever works for you. That would not personally work for me.
Well, the indigenous people did it. They danced around the fire. They danced around the flame,
Right?
have ceremonies, and they dance and they go and they go. I can see it. I can.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And they do that here with, you know, in New Orleans. They have voodoo and hoodoo, right? And that was one of their practices where they dance in their little voodoo circle and they go into an altered state of consciousness that way,
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. But they're not speaking there.
right? No, but they get, well, they say spirit comes into them and they act,
Some people actually
whatever.
call that. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. I
yeah.
mean, what if that works for them? That's great, right? But I don't. I kind of like the way I do it. I don't need chicken blood to get into an altered state, anything like that. I'm good. So whatever works for you, for them, it's fine. But the whole point is take your time, and how whatever you use to work that works for you, take your time.
Yeah.
You know, 5 minutes. I'm sorry that I don't care how seasoned you are. 5 minutes from nothing to something. I don't call that a blend. Now I can see, right, like plenty of times where before we'll start circle or before we'll start class, I've already sat for a couple hours with the
Yeah,
loves and
I do
blended,
that too. Or
right?
before demonstration, a lot of times
You're
before
right.
demonstration. So you're in a little different. Still in an altered state, and even deeper than with just your eyes being closed. Because as soon as your eyes are
Right.
closed, you're going into an altered state. So,
Hmm.
but when they set, but you're still in that. So a lot
Right.
of demonstration mediums will do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's just
Also,
easier. Yeah,
yeah.
before a demo, I'll do that just because it's easier. Or before we'll do a reading, I'll have already prepped with the loves, and I tell them that I've already sat, so I don't waste your time
Mhm.
blending for however long.
Yeah, I don't understand. I don't think that others understand how much they need to set either. I just think they just don't listen, and that's just the way it is in the trans society lately.
Well, and you can feel it, right? You can feel when spirit is there. It's what I'm trying to say is, right, if I haven't blended and I'm going boom, and then all of a sudden the loves are speaking, right? Okay, that's probably my ego.
Yeah,
You can feel when spirit is there,
yeah.
right? Um, so it's fair. It's once again, it's very, very, very important, in my opinion.
So Milana's demonstration was phenomenal.
Oh
I
my
just
gosh, that
oh
question she got about the moons.
wasn't
Oh my
it
gosh.
beautiful the way she answered that? Well, her
Yes.
guide answered it.
Once again,
All the questions
spirit.
she's got, all the
Yeah,
all of the questions that were given her to Sage were like blew my mind. How
right. And
beautiful
Sage has
that.
a sense of humor. Boy, I was
Yeah.
like, you're
So
cracking me up there.
she's done a couple demonstrations some years back, and the and he was amazing. But how they have evolved together, and that's the whole thing. They've evolved together
Right.
where they can, and it's like wow, just blew my mind.
And you can tell. You can
You could
tell,
feel it. Yeah,
right? That's what I'm talking about. Feel it. You can feel the presence of
yeah,
spirit because why? You can tell when a medium puts in the work.
yeah.
You can tell how long they have been working with their team, and usually, you can tell, okay, she's been doing this she's seasoned, and I can bet you dimes to donuts she sits at least every day.
She sits all the time. She studies all the
Right.
time. It's not, she
Yeah,
gave
she's
credit
like
to
us.
one Debbie Circle, but really my circles are just for her practice. Mark Bedward
Right.
has helped her a lot. So she goes to all his classes also. He has. He's really, and actually he's the one that really discovered how great she is. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you can tell the people, I'll put it this way, who live, eat, breathe, shit, spirit. You can tell because it's just a part of our lives, right? I don't function without the loves. I don't even know what that's like.
Well, my
I'd be
God's always here.
devastated.
I do have a life outside of spirit. I love spirit and dedicate it. But I mean, I sometimes when I do a lot of spirit work and I do the spirit leading and whatever I do all the time, when I do get out and go outside, it's like, whew, this feels really good because we are
Right.
here.
Right. But no, you're the same way. I'm not saying we can't have a life
Yeah,
outside of spirit, but spirit comes with me, is what I'm saying,
yeah.
right? Because I'm either in my spirit corner, right? Or I'm out there with spirit. They're always on my right. We're always having some kind of
I don't know. When I was
conversation.
with my horse, I gave my horse a bath today. I didn't even think about spirit, and I love spirit, and they're there, but they don't expect us to think about them all the time. I was more
No,
like
no,
thinking
not
about,
24/7, right?
yeah,
But you know what I mean. Yeah, I've had to
I
learn
know. I'm
balance.
just messing with
That's what I'm being taught
you.
right now. Balance, child, balance. I mean, I get it, right?
So where's our experiences and our lessons if we keep on just,
Right.
I don't know.
It's
But
true
I
though,
learned
right?
lessons in this too. And I learned
Oh,
lessons
I know.
people and
We both
about
do.
people. So, and then when
Yeah.
you come across the difficult people, you're like, where is my lesson here?
Yeah. Yeah,
Or
right?
how to
Yeah.
handle, or people that just, most people just need healing.
That's what it's all about.
Just
We
need
were
healing.
born to heal.
Yeah. But
The
you can
minute
have some
we enter
difficult
this,
people that do come at you with their ego, and you're like, okay, where's my lesson? So we're supposed to help them and continue to help them and give them healing and try to open the doors for them to we don't open them, we try to help them open them so they can become
right,
more into
unlock the
their
knowledge within themselves. We're just trying to
yeah,
show them where the keyhole is. Just right
yeah,
there. It's right there.
yeah. That's what
It's
I always think
it's
my
not
lesson. You have
easy.
to learn how to heal these people, Julie, or help heal these. It's okay. Mm.
Right. I have to constantly remind myself, don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. I know there's a lesson here somewhere. Hint, please, hint. My husband always says, "So why aren't the loves helping you out in this case?" I said, "Whatever, right?" I said, "They lead you in the direction. They don't give you the answer."
They really do. Do you know when I first started this many years ago, and I always knew about the mediumship, but when I started working with my guides, and I would ask questions, and I'm like, well, what's the answer? But it doesn't
Right?
work that way.
It's
And
like
a
cricket,
lot of
cricket.
people still think that. Well, I don't hear an
I
answer.
know.
Still trying to listen. It could
Yeah.
be opening a book. You can have ask a question about something, and the next day or even at night, you open a book and it's like, holy cow, just
Right?
keeping your awareness. Or you could see a
Exactly.
sign, or uh, something hanging on a wall or a store or something like
Exactly.
that. Or
Yeah,
you
it's
hear a drop of a word in your head that you never heard before. Google it, and you'll be,
right.
oh my God, there's my answer.
It's like right. It's like a treasure hunt, kind of. Right? It's like they leave the breadcrumbs, and
And
it's for
sometimes
us
it
to look
doesn't make
around us.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll
Yeah.
say
It's
stuff
like
in my head and I'll hear them say, pick
yeah.
up a pen. So I pick up a pen and my
Hmm.
pad and I'll hear what they write down. I'm like, okay. But when I Google it, it's like, wow. Like
I know.
with
Blows
the
your
energy,
mind.
yeah. With working with the energy. I know all what was being said the other night in circle. I'm looking down there because my
Oh yeah.
partner's
Yeah.
down there. But I have
Right.
it written down, but I don't retain that stuff. That's why I wrote it down, what they give
Right.
and what they lead me to.
Because at the time you're just open channel. You're just letting that energy, that information flow through you, and I'm sure you look down like I have in the past. Said, "Oh my gosh, what is that?"
Yeah.
Right?
And it's not
And
automatic
that's what's so
writing.
cool.
Yeah. It's not
Yeah.
automatic writing.
No, it's trans.
It's it's right. It's channeling. I don't know,
Yeah.
but they talk to me that way. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's a really pure connection. It's not light. Okay, so I can see
No,
it might be called light trance because you're not in trance, but the information is still as strong as if
it's
my mind is
still
not in it.
no. It is still just like you're in an altered state
Yeah.
because you're an open vessel, and they are giving you that information.
The whole
And
key
to
to
me, I
being
think that's
there.
harder, actually.
It's harder. One of the reasons why it's hard is because excuse me, we need to learn to train our minds to constantly be quiet.
Yeah, to me, I find that more difficult than the loves speaking through me and giving information. Um, because I don't know, I just find it more difficult for me.
Well,
If
what
I'm
you
if
said,
I'm going when I do that, I have to really, um, I find myself, I have to go into a deeper state of trance for me anyway when I'm
well,
doing writing.
actually, if you have a chatter brain, I used to years ago, and I
Oh,
have,
I'm a Gemini. Yeah, right.
oh, you're a Gemini. Oh my gosh, I
Oh
don't know.
my gosh, it's horrible.
So years ago, I had this horrible boss when I moved here to Pennsylvania, and I stopped commuting, so I got a job a little bit more local. And
Hmm.
she was the type of boss is you're enemies with that lady over there. You're not allowed to talk to her because I worked under her. So that
Oh
woman
my
was
gosh.
always trying to be friends with me, and she was always, you don't talk to her. That all this. It was awful.
Talk about a control freak.
It was really bad.
Oof.
So, and there was a lot
Yeah.
more that she was just really bad. So anyway, I remember we went to North Carolina, had to go in business to Sandhurst, I think it's Sandhurst, North Carolina. I forget, somewhere down there. It was beautiful. And it was the campsite, and we had too much to drink, and I told her off.
Ah, the liquid courage.
Yeah,
I
oh my
love
God, I
it.
never heard of that, but I like that. So long story short, I can remember after that, I mean, we talked and all like that, but I can remember driving to work every morning thinking, if she says this to me, if she does that, I'm going to do this, that, on and on. And my
Right.
husband would
Playing
go,
it all out
yeah.
before you got there. Yeah.
And
Oh
I,
man.
my husband always said, Julie, you've got to stop, because he knew me. Because then one day I just lose it. So
Right.
that's when I started trying to force my brain to stop thinking. And you know what? It's hard.
It
But
is.
I
It's
did was
very
doing this way
difficult.
before I did trance. I was teaching
Well, I
my
think that
brain to
was
stop.
I think right that was like spirit preparing you, right? It's like
Yeah, it was me.
right?
Well, I don't know. I think something was being prepared, but also for us to go within ourselves. So why are we that way?
Right.
I was perceiving something that wasn't even happening yet. She's going to go in there and tell me this, and I'm going to say, and she's going to say that.
Thank gosh that wasn't actually manifesting. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. Because I do the same thing. I've done the same thing, right? We make it worse in our
It did
mind. We play it
manifest.
up. Never
I did.
happened.
I did wind up losing it on her and told her what I thought, and they wanted giving me severance pay because I had an abuse thing against her. She was abused me,
Yeah, that's
but I needed to help
very
support my
abusive.
family, and I was taking it. But you get those sometimes. But
Right.
that's when I started working on quieting my mind and realizing a lot. And people worry, and your mind.
Right.
It's hard to quiet
Yeah,
your
if you're a
mind.
mother, that
Yeah,
brain's always moving. Right.
yeah.
Yeah. It's